back to SVSU Red Alert. I'm joined now by SVSU men's golf coach Joe Vogel. Joe, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you, JJ.
And Joe, you've been at this a long time, but I know that this fall has been not the way that you wanted it to go.
It's been one of those nightmarish falls for me from a coaching standpoint. It seems like I haven't been able to get too many things right so far, JJ.
So what do you do to keep persevering in those circumstances?
Well, you keep trying to find where your positives are at, and I'd have to say right now my positives right now are three, potentially four very young men, three of them freshmen, and then one sophomore.
And that's really been a departure from what your program has traditionally been, where you try to lean on those upperclassmen, but at least this fall it's been the underclassmen that have been putting up the lowest numbers.
That is right, and the system of which I've always coached with is maybe a system that might be going out the door. I don't know. I'm still not convinced that that it's a bad system, but it has been one that relies on upperclassmen. It relies on those third, fourth, and even fifth-year players with all of the maturity that goes on through those like I say, third, fourth, and fifth years. You rely on that for the better play on your team, and we're just not getting that out of that group of fellas this year.
But you do have some young players who have really stepped up and played well this fall.
Oh, definitely. Micah Skidmore, who actually is a redshirt freshman, and came close last year pulling him off the shelf and getting him in the lineup. And I think right now that probably was a good decision that we didn't, because Mike is going to have a great four-year career. This last weekend down at Findlay, he hit some shots that I'm not sure I've seen him hit before, played very poorly from his standpoint, and really from any standpoint in the Division II level when he shot an 82. But the amazing thing is that it didn't really affect him mentally. He comes back and shoots 69 yesterday. So that's the neat thing, is that I've got a kid like that can figure it out without having a 2 or 3 week period of sorting things out that might have gone wrong. He just knows he's a good player.
And I would think now part of his development, part of what you'll be working on as a coach, is to, kind of eliminate those valleys, because the peaks are already there.
And I think that will happen, and you've, again, going back to the system where you're looking at the maturity, that will happen through time. He'll get it. He'll figure it out where and what not to do in certain situations to eliminate maybe a bad score on a hole here or there. But for the most part, yeah, I'm expecting that valley to get a lot shallower here, even through this through the spring season anyway.
And I know that you talked about the tradition that you've had in the program, and I know part of that is keeping your former players involved with the program, and you've got a big outing coming up that does that.
Yeah, what's really neat is we have what we call our Old Timers Day. It's a Sexsmith Memorial, goes back to one of the players that I played with, and he passed away at a very early age, and we set up an endowment. It's been probably 25 some years ago now that we started this thing, and the neat part about it is that we ask our alums to come back and play against our current team members in a Ryder Cup format. Both the alums as well as the current players look forward to this day every year. When it comes to charging the alums to help defray some of the costs, I never have any concern there, because I've got guys that if they've been here if they just graduated, they might give me a check for $25, and some of the older guys might be giving me a check for $1,000. And it all goes back towards a golf scholarship. I mentioned the Sexsmith Memorial. That's the endowment that was set up. We have over $50,000 in that endowment set up just solely from these guys coming back, and again, us not really asking them for a specific dollar amount. It's just what these guys feel that they're comfortable with giving.
Well, hopefully they're able to enjoy the camaraderie and maybe impart some wisdom to these younger guys, because I know you'll need them in the spring and in the years ahead.
Oh, that's right. In fact, the other neat component of the day is not only are they out there playing, but then we come back to the Ryder Center, put them all around a big square dinner table, and it really helps with that camaraderie, that very social interaction that you were just talking about. It's a great event for us.
Well, we hope that goes very well, and we hope for better things ahead for the golf program. Joe Vogel, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, JJ.
And when we come back, we'll be rejoined by football coach Jim Collins. That's next on SVSU Red Alert.